So we've got some other typical ones in here, like repairs and maintenance. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that one. That's not quite as normal as like cell phones is almost always an add back. We don't have a lot of pushback on that. You know, personal equipment, computers, and that kind of stuff. I don't usually hear a lot of complaint about that either. And travel for sure. I routinely get travel added back without complaint on the buy side.
Yeah, there's a few here that were, I would say, somewhat non-standard, but that we included in this transaction. So we've got an add back for accounting expenses, and in this case, there was $7,393 for accounting expenses. And what we found out is that actually 80% of that expense was the owner's personal accounting services. So that's their personal tax returns. They have another business, and so all of the accounting was actually running through this P&L. So we verified that those were accounting services not related to the business, and we actually added back just under $6,000, or 80% of the expenses that were not specific to this business. But there were accounting expenses that were part of the ongoing operations of the business, and those are not an add back because they'll continue to be expenses going forward, presumably. And similarly here, these owners had multiple businesses. They've got office general administrative expenses, and these were expenses that were shared between the two businesses that run through this P&L. Their other business was more of a startup business, and so we stripped out the expenses from the other business, and we treated half of those expenses as an add back. So that's less common, Nate, that we have some percentage of expenses added back, but it is a possibility and something to think about when there are, a portion of a category that's not related to the business, and it happens. It does happen from time to time that way.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications about new videos and interviews. And introduce yourself in the comments. Are you a buyer or a seller?